Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. It's been probably about 10 days or so since I was able to get a video out to you. But once again, duty calls, a lot of other stuff going on outside of the model realm. But I also did take just a couple of days to do some things on the bench, so I would have more of a progression to bring back to you guys for this video. So a couple things just to cover in this. I want to do updates on a couple of builds, and actually, for the most part, a brand new build that I have not had as part of the channel yet. So I'll introduce you to that one. And then I decided to just go ahead and do an update on my dad and I's buddy build on the 66 Riviera. Made some good progress on that one. So I'll share that with you. And I also was surprised with a very nice gift from my wife this past week. So we'll get into that too, as you probably already saw on the thumbnail there. But anyway, I didn't have an actual vintage as we would tend to think of a vintage kit. However, the one in front of us here, this is from 2005. So guys, this thing's 19 years old now. So it's pushing that envelope for being a vintage kit. And I'll tell you one reason why I picked this one to put up on the bench today in the bench talk here. Is this got a very, very cool feature, I thought, in this kit, plus the fact that this is one kit, at least from what I've seen, is one that you don't see all that often. I could be wrong about that. I know it's had several releases, and again, this one, and I don't know if this has been released. Actually, I did not do my homework. I did not go to ScaleMates to find out if this has been released since 2005. It may have. If you guys know, let me know that in the comments, please. But we're going to take a look at this one here just real quick. Interesting feature in this one. Now, this is the AMT 1966 Mercury Park Lane hardtop. So, again, what I believe to be a Walmart exclusive box art. I think these box arts were only available at Walmart. I've heard that. I guess I don't know 100% for a fact, but I've heard that several different times. So I'm going to say that's probably a safe bet. But just pretty standard box art on here. Just got a couple pictures there of the engine, interior there, and the side shot. Very nice color on that. I like that color. And a shot of the wheels there. And then again, the top art on the side here. And then, of course, just a repeat of the opposite side. So pretty plain, simple, somewhat generic box art, but a very nice picture of the built model there. So we're going to dip into this one here real quick, and I want to show you what I found to be interesting about this. Now, this is a 100% complete kit. I bought this probably back then. It's been in the stash ever since. So we're going to take a peek here real quick, and we'll take a look at the directions first, I guess. Start at the beginning. So there's the 66 Park Lane hardtop. Pretty neat. This one you don't see often, as I have found out. But there it just starts with the engine, obviously. I said not take a whole lot of time on this, but the chassis assembly, pretty much like your promo style base chassis there. Obviously, it's got the separate engine there, but everything else just molded in. And then, of course, your interior there, and then the body. This is a long, almost like a calendar style instruction sheet, and then your final assemblies there. So not a whole lot of steps, isn't it, guys? Another pretty simple. It does have, okay, it has chassis pins where your old promo screws would have went. They just provided pins in there. So, and then of course some custom parts there for the back window, and then custom hood and things like that. So there's the instructions. I had a fairly simple decal sheet here. Just a couple, some stripe options, and then a couple license plates there. She'll focus right there. You go. So again, pretty simple decal sheet there that goes along with it. So set this to the side here. We're just going to take a look at the kit, and then I'm going to get to the interesting feature of this kit that I found to be. But there's the body. Actually, really nice. I mean, for the time that it was, I'm sure it was a repop of an original mold. I would assume not a whole lot of flash on it. mold lines tend to be, it looks like they're pretty minimal. Shouldn't be much to clean all that up. But just a nice looking body style there. If I don't know if this was considered a full size at the time, I could assume it would have been a full size Mercury. Again, could be wrong, probably am, but there's your interior pan, and then a couple different steering wheels in there, original and a custom. And then just all the other parts, most of them bagged up. I have opened some of these as when I got it, just to kind of check things out. But this is still bagged up here. And then a nice chrome tree, which is still in the bag. It gives you option of some factory wheel covers or some custom wire wheels there to use. And then, of course, original bumpers, and then custom front ends back there where you can see it. That'd be better. Custom back end, custom grill, and then your original grill bumper, and then original back bumper there, and then your other accessory parts. And then just a custom hood, seats. Again, almost making this a full review, but not in depth. And then there's your dash and whatnot. And then that back filler panel for the back window, which would go like such. And then you would actually want to do some body work and fill that in to make it look right, if one chose to do it that way. All right, now I want to get into what I thought was interesting about this one. And we're going to go back to the instructions here real quick, because I just kind of glossed over it. It has to do with the custom interior. We're going to take a look at this right here. You notice this part right here is like a custom steering wheel unit, wrist twist, steering column, and yoke, and then your two wrist twist wheels. I'll get it. Now, the interesting thing about this, guys, this is not just a custom setup for the model kit. This actually was, and some of you may know, again, this actually was an experimental steering system that Ford used or was trying out. And it actually appeared in, I believe, the 1965 edition of Popular Mechanics magazine. What this was this actually was your steering setup, and it actually had like a sprocket in the middle here, and it had chains running from the outer yoke here to the center hub there on each side, and they turned simultaneously. And actually, what would have been on these original style seats, there would have been an armrest on the driver's seat on this side, and then, of course, the armrest for the door. I guess they said it was more ergonomically proper, I guess, to rest your arms on that to actually operate those. And the only one that I've ever seen it in as the experimental car was the convertible. So it's kind of interesting that they added this as the as part of the custom interior. Very cool to have that. And I would have to think that if I was to build this at some point, that I might just go ahead and use that wrist twist system in there, and that just like display as part of that experimental that maybe they happen to put in a hardtop. Now, it did say on the Popular Mechanics it was a 1965 Park Lane convertible, so you could do just about anything, but it's pretty cool. There's the yoke there, so that would be something that was actually a real thing back in the day. And then here on this tree, I believe, yes, right here, there's your wrist twist wheels. So pretty interesting, guys. I thought that was pretty neat. I had seen that on a video one time, and I had seen the Popular Mechanics magazine at one point, and actually read about that just a little bit. And then when I found this kit, to find out that they included that in this kit as part of the custom interior. So just thought that was pretty cool, guys. That's really the main gist of this, but just another look at another older kit, we'll say, as far as that goes. Maybe not, like I said, not vintage as some would think vintage, like 60s or early 70s or whatever, but nonetheless, cool part of model car history. It's neat to have it in the stash. Like I said, I've had it all this time, have not built it, obviously, but one of these days, maybe I'll dig it out, and then I may just consider using that wrist twist whenever I decide to throw this thing together. So that's it, guys. We'll call that our vintage kit for the week, 1966 Mercury Park Lane hardtop. All right, now moving on. Try to go fairly quickly here. I did get a very nice surprise. My wife and I were at Hobby Lobby. I really hadn't planned on buying anything for myself, but we were back at the models, and I was looking around, and they had this on the shelf, and she was so kind, bless her heart. She just gifted me with this 39 Chevy sedan delivery. So very, very glad to have that. And I told her that I was not going to open it up. I would make it part of the channel. I would not open it up until I had my video. So, guys, I'm gonna pause the film right now for just a second. I'm gonna get the plastic off of here, pull some stuff out. Again, not a full review, as I've not seen this kit inside myself. I know several guys have already built this on their channels, but I just want to take a look at the inside here real quick. So I'll get this open. I'll be right back. All right, guys, got this stuff out of here. Again, this is not a 100% review of the kit. I just have not seen the inside of this kit myself. I did have the 39 Chevy Coupe years ago, way back in high school. I did that one, but I have not seen this sedan delivery at this point. So we'll just look at this body. I got kind of the main parts out here. So we'll just take a look at this body here. So it's pretty nice. Hey, I'm going to adjust this light, guys, 1 second. All right, it went dark on me for some reason there. So, nice body there. Nice little sedan delivery body. That shows your floor pan there. Look at that. Got the pedals molded right in there to the floor. And I got some nice detail on the bottom there. Again, this would be an old monogram. If I remember correctly, this would be an old monogram mold, because I think there was a sedan delivery back in the day. So it's good to see this back. There's a hood. We'll just leave that in the bag. And then a chrome tree. I think it says SS 427, I believe. Yep. Bumpers and wheels there. Your tires on the typical old monogram spider type deal. And it's pretty cool. It's I think it gives you 5 barrels here for whatever, your whiskey or root beer or whatever. Barrel-aged root beer always tastes good too. And then there's just, of course, your various interior parts and such. High back buckets in there. And then your instructions. Standard book style for Revell. Usually fairly well detailed. They give you paint guides and tells you all of your parts. Very nice. And of course, just your various assemblies. Again, not going through it in detail, just kind of give a quick look here. There's your barrel assembly there. You can paint them up. It's cool, kind of cool here too. It gives you little seats for the sides and the back there. I thought that was pretty cool. Get this turned. There we go. Again, just really nice instruction sheet laid out very well and informative. Shows you pretty much direct locations of where all the parts go. Pretty neat. And then there's just a different style of paint designs you could do, and then a couple different decals we'll look at here next. So that's pretty neat too. And then of course your glass, and I will leave that in the plastic until at such a time I should decide to build this. And then here's a decal sheet. Pretty cool. Get your Kentucky Barrel, Craft Barrel Company. So your Pops Ice Cream Shop. That's pretty cool. Root Beer Express. Pretty neat stuff, guys. I like that. There's some tire decals, some pinstriping, and then actually those cool focus there. Yeah, cool dash gauges. So pretty neat stuff, guys. So I was very surprised. Was walking around and looking, and I said, just made mention how I would like to have that. I picked this up at some point, and she said, well, just go ahead and get it now, and you'll have it. So once again, thank you, babe. I appreciate it. Thank you for that gift. It was a very nice surprise. So we'll go ahead and shove this back in the box, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I apologize that being so choppy right there, but I didn't want to burn up any extra video time if I didn't have to, boxing that stuff back up. All right, now on to the projects. Again, I said I'm going to just include my dad and I's buddy build in on this video, which is a 66 Buick Riviera. And we got it painted. I finally found some time there last week to fire up the paint booth and just get some paint mixed and thrown on. So this is the Riviera. This is that color. I still got to do some fill in here of the paint from where I had it on the pipe there. But this is that bamboo cream. Did not come out too bad. There's a couple little imperfections there, but we can do some polishing on that. Will be no problem. And then this light gives that sort of a green hue, but it is a nice cream color. So that's so far what she's looking like, guys. I'm sorry about that focus. There we go. We'll get it back here a little bit. So I had the chassis pretty much done. The firewall, everything's just setting in there. I still have to take this body back off and permanently mount the firewall. I'm just doing some test fitting with it. And I'll have to black out these fender wells too, actually. And then there's with that contrasting color there. On the interior, and Dad's seen it so far, and he's really pleased with the way it's going. So I want to get back now that I got it painted. I can pick up on heading towards my final assemblies on this, and we should have this one ready to go. So that's the 1966 Buick Riviera by AMT. This is the buddy build that I'm doing with my dad. So we'll set that one out of the road, and then another one that I kind of jumped back in on because I actually had it painted one time, but the paint kind of messed up on me and I kind of put it on the shelf. This is actually a commission build for a brother-in-law of a friend. So I'm trying to get this thing wrapped up so he can get this back. And he actually had a car like this. He's actually sold it. Matter of fact, he sold it just shortly after he gave me the model to do for him. But he still wanted the model done. And so this is where we're at on it, guys. The 1964 Ford Fairlane. I guess you could, this is not actually the Thunderbolt kit version. This is just from the special edition series, the Street Machine. So this is from this kit right here. I got a very nice, it's got a very nice decal sheet with it too, guys. There's a lot of extra stuff on here. So that is pretty cool. It's got some flames and just some other drag racing type names and stuff there for the side of the car if you wanted to. But I'll be building this one basically like quote-unquote stock. He actually has like the Magnum 500 style wheels on his, so I'm going to see if I can't dig a set of those out of the parts box, and we'll throw them on here basically to match what his was. But his was an automatic. Now his was the 289. But he told me just use the kit parts, which is actually happens to be the 427. But his wasn't automatic, and it's cool they give you automatic or a standard transmission for that. So I've got this one wired up. I'm waiting for the coil and the fuel filter or the air oil filter. I'll get the oil filter to dry, and I can get that on there, and then get this coil wire hooked up, and then this engine should be fairly close to being ready to set down in the car. So that's coming along nicely there. I just went with the blue engine because his 289 would have been blue, and I just figured, well, just to make it look more like his, we would just do it in a blue color there. But I've got the manifolds here. They're painted and pretty well ready to go. And we may weather them just a little bit. And then here is, of course, the air cleaner we'll use on that. I have to paint this white, paint the element part white, clean that up on the side. But that's coming along very well. We got the hood. Got the hood ready to go there too. It's all painted ready. And this has been a fun project, guys, because these cars actually go together really nice. They fit up really good. And I just have to then work on the bare metal foil. I've polished this out. I had some dirt in the top, polished it out, so it's not coming out too bad there. So I think he'll be pleased with that when we get it done. I've basically just brush painted the black. And mainly I did the brush painting because I didn't want to take a chance of goofing up the paint with tape or whatever. Probably would not have happened, but I just opted to just go ahead and brush paint it, and it still looks good just the same. So that's that, guys. So that's the new one project I've been working on, trying to cram a little bit, so to speak, and get done here so I can get this back to him and he can enjoy that, put it on his shelf. So, guys, I think that's it. Like I said, it's been about 10 days since we met, but I just wanted to get in here, get a video done. See, it's been a busy week. We've been doing a lot of work outside. It had a nice cool down this weekend here, so he's out doing some work outside, taking advantage of that, and just having a good time that way, and all that. So we're just going to close out with this. So guys, if you like the video, give me a like, share, subscribe, comment, and thank you subscribers for your interest in the channel. I appreciate it so much. I got a couple different things, guys, that I'm planning on doing. Maybe just a little bit different, but still 100% model cars. I may be having some guests on the channel here before too long. I don't want to say too much more about that until I get that solidified. But if what I'm thinking is going to take place, I think you guys might really like it. I'm kind of looking forward to that myself. So we'll see how that goes. So, guys, I guess with that, I guess I don't have anything to say for this week. So I'll try to get back here and try to get some more regular content out to you. A couple videos a week back to normal schedule. I should be starting my Saturday spotlights back up here, and I may wait till the first part of October to get back into those, and then we'll take those into the fall and winter time. So that should be coming up next. And I'm going to be announcing a couple of probably my next, once I get these wrapped up. The 57 Ford, I'm probably going to carry it on for a while. So I don't have any estimated time when I want to have that finished. I just want to take my time on that one. But I got a couple new builds I want to be working on here before too long. So here in another couple videos, maybe go ahead and release that information too. So guys, without saying anything else, this is Eric from Eric's Model Garage. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and happy modeling.